Welcome to the new lecture on social innovation. Here we are going to see some case studies. So, let us see some of the most successful social entrepreneurs. The first example is Homeboy Industry, which was founded by Greek boys. It was founded in the year 1992. So, why I am trying to tell you this year also is, I am trying to impress you the social innovation is not now, it has been there for long. In one of the examples you will see in 1970s also they have started it. So, now it has become talk of the town, but some of the companies have been doing it in the past also. So, here it is a non-profit organization in Los Angeles that provides job training and support, to whom? To formerly gang involved and previously incarcerated individuals. So, what is the program or service? The program or services, they are given employment and job training. They give a job training and then they try to find an employment. They train them very well. For example, we also try to take the women folks, give them lot of training in tailoring and then try to involve them with some industry in producing their output. Then after some point of time, we give the option to the women folk, asking her whether she wants to become an entrepreneur or she would like to go join a job. So, moment she decides that she wants to go for a job, we get her a corporate job for her for whatever skill she has. If she decides that she would like to go for a startup, then we handhold her, take her to a bank, and then at that point of time we also try to explain the concept of microfinancing to her. Then we also try to explain the normal loan pattern. She gets the loan, we help her in establishing a boutique. Then we also try to get some business for that women folk, so that she starts running it. So, employment is of two ways. Employment one way is pushing to the corporate, two is establishing her own startup. Today what is happening is, we are trying to push more and more women in becoming entrepreneurship, so that they can try to manage their own livelihood and they are now empowered to take decisions and do financial transactions. So, that is what it is. So, moment women starts making money, then she starts sending her kids to school. Moment the kids goes to school, the family overall knowledge, overall ambience enhances. So, employment and job training is very important. That is the service which this company has been doing. Education and skill development, which I have discussed. Then mental health and well-being. So, here what they do is, they try to give lot of counseling, therapy and support group. They try to give them such that their mental health and well-being or wellness is enhanced. So, then the community engagement is, we try to conduct or they try to conduct lot of outreach activities, outreach events, so that they get connected with the rest of the world, and we also try to find out partnership. Finally, the entire exercise, it exemplifies the power of social innovation in providing a second chance and foster positive change to community. That is all. That is the focus of this entrepreneur or enterprise. That is all. Very simple. So, now foster the positive change for whom? For the marginalized community. That is all. Next one is Atnis. Atnis is founded in 2005. It is a commercial platform where in which handmade, the handmade, India is very famous for handmade goods. It can be from wood, it can be from stone, it can be from herbs, it can be from textile, it can be from pottery, it can be drawings or paintings, it can be food. So, here there are so many things which are made out of hand. There are a cluster of people who are experts in this, and now what you are trying to do is connect these cluster of people to rest of the world. Now, you identify their skill, and if their skill is not proper, you try to hone their skills such that they can produce repeatable, high standard, reliable products which can find them an international market. So, the focus is on picking up clusters, giving them training, teaching them the latest techniques using IoT techniques and data connect, then trying to make them individualistic by allowing them to put whatever they have made into the public domain, such that it reaches out to people. So, handmade, vintage, and then you also have unique goods. See, unique goods, vintage means it is one of its kind, maybe 2 of its kind or 5 of its kind. Unique goods means it is especially only for that particular domain. For example, in Uttar Pradesh, in this particular region, they only make this product across the globe. Handmade can be some place in Uttar Pradesh, some place in Rajasthan, some place in Gujarat, some place in Karnataka, some place in Tamil Nadu. All 6 of them try to make one kind of wood carving or whatever it is, but the carving style is the same, but the idol is different. So, those people are put under handmade. So, you try to connect the artisans with the rest of the world. So, now what are you doing? You are trying to empower the artist so that they try to earn. And what is the innings this platform makes? It makes for every transaction, it can make some profit, some percentage profit or whatever it is, such that this also can be used for further sustenance and other things. Because this e-commerce platform, to maintain also you need so many people to work at the back end. There can be language transaction, there can, then after this there should also be banks which are attached to it. So, for every transaction they can make a small bit of money, and this money again can be put into the business such that this gets sustained. So, empowering the artist is to allow them to earn an income such that they sustain. Next is provide opportunity, is for creative entrepreneur to turn their passion into sustainable business. Okay. Provide opportunities to create an entrepreneur. So, finally, what are you doing? You are trying to take your product cross border and cultural exchange. So, cultural exchanges, these artisans can be taken to another country, ask them to demonstrate in front of the foreign people. So, that can be one, and the culture of one particular community through this craft is getting exchanged. Then the trading is not done within a closed confined boundary, it is done across the globe. This is a very successful social enterprise. The next one is Patagonia, which was in 1973 found. So, it is a renowned outdoor clothing and a gear company. So, here the key points about Patagonia and its business model is purpose driven mission. So, here what they do is they try to take commitment to environment, to environmental sustainability. and social responsibility. In the core of the business. So, that can be, okay, I will not use lot of water in dyeing, or I will use natural color in dyeing, or I will try to develop from recycled textile, I would like to develop a cloth, whatever it is. So, they try to have a commitment to the environmental sustainability and social responsibility. The next one is they used to promote product sustainability. They used to promote repair, reuse and recycle to extend the life cycle of the product, of their product, and thereby reduce waste. Okay. So, this is another thing which is there. Promoting sustainability is they promote repair, reuse, recycle. That is what I was covering in the first point. Then the supply chain transparency, what they do is they try to prioritize working with partners who shares their values. So, they try to connect with the shop vendor, or they try to connect with the transporter who also overlaps with the supply chain transparency. And finally, what is corporate philanthropy? They donate 1% of their annual profit for environment. Or to environmental costs. Okay. So, this is the company model. So, you see there they try to repair, reuse, recycle to a large extent the product such that it is sustainable, and they also try to give 1% of their profit whatever they make for environmental costs. For example, they can give money for plantation. So, like this there are a lot of CSRs, there are a lot of corporate world will give their CSR for plantation, for providing clean drinking water, for cleaning up the railway stations, for cleaning up the bathrooms across the city, for providing food for needy people. In Kanpur, we have a very successful model called as Chapati Bank. So, I wish you get impressed, and I would express my request to all of you to go through that. See, these are all some of the models which people have done very locally and which could be easily copied at your place. Okay. So, business model for social innovation. In the context of social innovation, the business model focuses on generating both social and financial values. It is not only social costs. Please do not put only social costs. If you put only social costs, you become non-profit organization. But there is a business wherein which it focuses on generating both social and financial values. The key components of a business model for social innovation are social purpose, stakeholder engagement, value creation, sustainable revenue stream, scalability and replicability, measurement and evaluation, systems change and advocacy. So, these are the key components of social innovation. I have been time and again reinforcing this point. So, this is very important: social purpose, stakeholder engagement, value creation, sustainability, scalability, measurement and evaluation, and system change and advocacy. So, this point is very important. You should know what is to be measured, and you should measure, and then you should evaluate your performance. Okay. The robust business model for sustainable innovation integrates social and financial aspects together, which enabling organizations to create sustainable impact. So, this is very important: integrate social and financial aspects together to create a sustainable impact. So, challenges and opportunities in social entrepreneurship. challenges versus opportunities. You should know this. If you know this, then you will try to understand whether you will be a best fit there. So, limited resources is a challenge. So, here financial capital, then skilled talent, that is also very important. This is also a limited resource, skilled talent. Then you have infrastructure. For example, even today the road transportation in India is very high as compared to that of your rail transportation, because the rail connects, though it has become wonderful now, it still has a major difficulty in reaching out to the person at a proper location. We need to have a road transportation attached with rail transportation. So, infrastructure even today is a limitation. The other thing is good roads, good high speed trains, all these things are limited. So, the biggest challenge in limited resources are going to be financial capital and skilled talent, infrastructure. The next one is navigating complex social issues. So, here it will be based on economic and political landscape is the biggest challenge. Navigating through complex social issues are, one is economy, the other one is political landscape, the landscapes. The other thing is sustainability, is balancing social impact with sustainable revenue. Balancing social impact is the biggest challenge in front of us. Scaling and replicating, due to this is stuck because of cultural and regulatory body, which is for basically environment. So, these are the challenges. So, you see limited resources, navigating complex social issues, sustainability and scaling and replication. So, these are some of the challenges. What are the opportunities? Suppose you are an innovator or a creator. So, here innovation and creating. So, you will always use innovative approach in coming up with disruptive ideas and create problem solving skills. Right. So, this is an opportunity for you. If you are a person who is always a problem solver, who is always a go getter, then this gives you an opportunity of being innovative and creative. Then collaboration and partnership to pool resources, expertise and network. So, all these things are the bigger opportunity. You will try to talk to people. Today, the biggest asset is only personal relationship, wherein which you try to pool up resources, expertise and do a great networking to solve the social entrepreneur problem. The next one is system changes. So, there is opportunities, lot of opportunity, to drive systematic change. So, change is something constant. So, you will always have an opportunity to change and then keep going. Policy and advocacy is you will always advocate for policy change. So, you will be policy change and influence decision making. So, these are some of the things which are the opportunities for in the field of social entrepreneurship. So, when we talk about strategies, Scaling social innovation, there are several strategies for scaling social innovation is strategic partnership. So, you will look for collaboration with organization. So, here it is collaboration with organization, government and investors, etc. Right. So, it is strategic partnership you do such that you try to use the resources, expertise, everything. Replication and localization, new location, adapt. So, here replication and localization, here the thing is like you involve local community, local society who can help in adapting your solution. So, that is replication and localization. So, you try to adapt your solution such that the local society can involve it. Technology and digital platform, it utilizes to reach out to wider audience. It tries to reach out to wider audience. The strategies you have to, so you have to use technology. So, this is why we are talking about Industry 4.0. Why we are talking about? Because you can have so many things. When you think of scalability, replicatability, then it is only these IoT can come in your big way. So, this models, franchising and licensing model has to be established, so that to expand the reach of proven social innovation. So, you have to have a strategic partner, you have to have a localization, you should have a replication and localization, you should use technology, you should have a franchisee and licensing such that your product can go across the globe. So, the challenges and consideration in scaling social impact is resource mobilization. So, you will try to securing additional finance, then talent and infrastructure support. So, this will be the consideration is you have to have resource mobilization. Then maintaining social mission is preserve your core social mission and values in your organization. These are the challenges and consideration. Adaptability and localization is to ensure relevance and effectiveness. Then monitoring and evaluation, it is track and measure whatever is your success rate. Scalability responsibility is to consider the potential unintended consequences of scaling. So, these are the scaling responsibilities. So, the 5 important points which are the challenges and considerations to be done is resource mobilization, maintaining the social mission, adaptability and localization, monitoring and evaluation, and then scaling responsibilities. Summary: in this lecture, combining entrepreneurship with a strong social mission, social entrepreneurship create sustainability and impactful solutions have been discussed. The social entrepreneur possesses key characteristics such as passion, creativity, resilience and commitment to making a positive impact. Social entrepreneurship has the potential to create a better future by empowering community, promoting sustainability and addressing social inequality. As part of this lecture, the assignment which is given to you is one, try to identify local successful social entrepreneur. Study his model and make a write-up for 5 pages, right. You do not write it English connects, just write point by point by point by point, and later you will see what is your learning after doing this assignment. Thank you very much.